So it's been a year since the Galaxy S22 Ultra launched, and I have plenty of time to play around with it and absorb the zoom of the phone. And I posted many shots on it as well. So let's straight up start with the ultra camera. Now there's not much to talk about the ultra camera, so let's just jump straight back into the main camera. Now main camera is really good and detailed and so on. So it's not straight up about zoom. So let's then get back into 3x zoom camera. Now in 3x zoom camera, it's kind of bit sharpened, not over sharpened. It's kind of between over sharpened and sharpened. But I have to tell that the camera that I use the most is either the selfie camera or the 3x zoom camera, because I really love the portrait that it takes, as you can see in the pictures, and I really love the depth of field that it gives and the cinematic look that it provides, even without portrait mode. So I really love the 3x. The only thing I wish it does is I wish that Samsung would give a higher megapixel count for the 3x lens. So I mean, when you zoom between 10 times and 3 times, it just kind of falls apart when you go to like 7 times or 9 times. It's just a grainy or a muddy photo when you zoom to about 7 times or 9 times. So I hope Samsung increase the megapixel count of the 3x zoom camera the next time they put out phone like this S22 Ultra. And the next camera that we obviously have to talk about, and is the king of the show, is the 10x optical zoom camera. Now only a very slight amount of phones have the 10x optical zoom camera even to date, so there's a very little competition in this area. So Samsung is obviously the zoom king when you just think about zoom. So at 10x magnification, the photos it takes are crazy. Like some of these photos, I literally didn't expect it to put this results out. I mean, even though the preview looks kind of less in contrast, after you take the photos, it does a lot of processing and brings out that saturation and the smoothness without over sharpening. Like if you over sharpen a zoom photo, that will look terrible. So in here, it's a smooth, fine photo. Like I've showed photos that look like I've showed photos of at 10x zoom, and I've showed them to some of the people I know, and they've said, "Oh really? Did you use a professional? What professional camera did you use for that?" Like it's so good, the 10x zoom camera. And the real magic happens is when you zoom to somewhere between 20 to 30 times. And these are some of the photos I'll show you here, taken at 30 times. I was like, oh, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw these photos that are taken 30 times. And I've seen many people online saying how good the 30x zoom lens is on the S22 Ultra, but and I've seen many comments on there saying that their normal phone photos is not as even good as the 30x zoom shot of the S22 Ultra, and that is partly true. And I would completely agree on that, because I had one of my previous phones like a Galaxy S8, and the normal photo that it took in a close-up time and the zoom photo at 30 times of my Galaxy photo was way better than my S8's close-up photo at 1x. So the difference is not a joke, it's really huge. So I mean, this zoom capability of Galaxy Ultra is at 30 times is just really incredible. Like fun, I just went to a city called Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka, and I saw a bunch of monkeys, and I just zoomed to 30 times to take some funny photos of them, and the results were just incredible. And I shared them to one of my friends, and they asked, okay, why weren't you just scared to get that close to monkeys? So they probably didn't know I had this phone with me. And you know, this 30 times zoom is just the sweet spot that I would recommend using. But if you are trying to get more than 30 times, then I'd say the maximum you would like to go is to 50 times or 60 times. But beyond 60 times, it's just kind of a little bit sharpened photo. But at those zoom levels, it's still way better ahead of the competition. I'd say if you are going from a long distance, then you won't be able to notice the difference. And yeah, the zoom levels. One thing I've noticed between the difference of this phone and ones with other zooming levels, such as the Xiaomi's and the viewers of the world, that the Samsung phones, or when you zoom in, is always looks saturated and has those nice colors that really give it that realistic look. And because it's optical zoom that just cropping in from the 10x, it just has the lower grainy look, and it just looks clear for the most part. So that's good about zooming. And let's get straight up into 100 times. times, the only place I would recommend using that is when you're zooming into the moon. Now, zooming into the moon 100 times is crazy. I never thought in my world that I would zoom into the moon on every full moon day, trying to capture the moon and trying to be happy about it. And yeah, it just looks so much better taking moon shots on here at 100 times. And you know what else you could use 100 times zoom on? To find things about your neighbors and find things that from 100 meters away across lakes, across buildings. If you want to find anything, mysterious, if you want to zoom into someone else talking and stuff like that, I've done it personally. So you could technically use this phone to check on other people's things that they are personalized. So I mean that's a couple of things that I've done personally myself. So that's something that you can do on this phone, and even using at 100 times zoom is good for that, because you're trying to find something, because you're curious about something that you aren't supposed to be. And yeah, the zoom levels on this phone is crazy, and I just wanted to make an update on how it's doing after here, because zoom is the best thing about the S22 Ultra, and that's the only reason why I didn't upgrade to the S23 Ultra, because I don't think the upgrades are worth enough, because there wasn't any upgrade to the zoom. Because from the S21 Ultra there was a huge upgrade for zoom when you come to the S22 Ultra, but not from the S22 Ultra to the 3 Ultra. So I better believe that Samsung will give a huge upgrade to zoom with the S24 Ultra, and looking forward to that. I'll end the video from here. Then if you have any questions, put in the comment section below, and if you like the video, please like the video, and see you in the next one. Peace.